Hello, hi. So it's New Year's Eve, and I'm sure all of you are planning your own parties and everything, and any celebration associated with New Year's Eve. And for the past so many years, because my son or our son is 27 years old, we have done special things for New Year's Eve. Before my son came, we used to do the dancing scene. It's hard to think of my husband being the romantic. Partner, but with our friends, he used to kind of get by and on the in that role. But these days, he has developed his own personality, which is, as I said, is different. Maybe too many vacations. I think people around. Best of husbands, worst of husbands, the rest I've discussed. Before I continue further, because this is a topic on life on the East Coast, I'll show you what the street looks like. All right, up close and personal, a view of the streets of Toronto. You can't take the. Okay, you'll have to. I'll have to. Is it just and the light is shining in my eye, but it's all white. It's all. I'm showing you the streets, streets. No, this is not one. Think, Ben, you can see a picture on the internet. How's that? All right. Maybe somebody else with a cell phone camera can connect this clip to my video. I have like a favorite place. All right. Anyway, from New York, Washington, D.C., Boston, or from here, Montreal, Toronto, Montreal, Winnipeg. Winnipeg when we went to Winnipeg, it was good. I did 3 layers, and it was one of the warmer days. As accounts go, both my husband and my son, because the temperatures get worse there, are reducing the temperature when we were there. I had a toque on, toque, however you say it, toque on, and 3 layers and 2 layers at the bottom, and that sort of thing. So it was, it was. Snow's all right. If you have the right things. I have ice checkers. So have shared with you, my viewers, my dearest viewers, Happy New Year for tomorrow. Uh, I've had ice checkers and trauma, snowstorm, ice storm, and then a fall on the ice. I would walk like with heels also. Really blessed, I think, looking back. But I took to snow as fish takes to water. When I first moved from Phoenix, yeah, with my husband, both of us, we took to snow and ice. Ice a little valley, nice little valley. There were only icy patches for so many years. Things didn't get to such appalling conditions. So in Toronto, the city councillor takes care of snow removal and ice salting of ice. The city and the city councillor, they share um, the duty. And yesterday I complained to city councillor again, and because I went to drop off the recycling bin and the green bin, and it was icy on the streets, and I did have a little bit of salt. My husband, wise guy, really smart guy, isn't it? He has bought a bag of salt and kept it in the car. So there was only a little left over, and I managed to get by. No incident. It was all good, but some scares. And because there's this helpful guy around our neighborhood who comes and puts out the bins and gets the bins back. He's a nice guy. Once in a while, he comes asks for a can of beer. Once he's not supposed to get it because he's not well. And then I think once he came and said one loony, 3 quarters, something like that. And then luckily I had that. So that sort of thing. So and cookies. Sometimes he comes in. Once he's come and asked me for cookies. So yeah. He's not. He's fine. He's fine. But it's some issue with his mental faculty of functioning. So that's what I'm told. But anyway, so that was all good. All right. So I came back and I started getting worried because today is New Year's Eve, and would I be able to cope with it? So I complained to city councillor, and said that I'll blow his cover unless he cover is being re-elected. Our city councillor is Doug Perks. All right. So ever since I remember voting, he's been the city councillor. Wins re-election over and over and over again. So and I complained to him. I said I'll blow his cover unless he got around to salting the streets, and maybe, as I have said over and over again, our sidewalk. He can charge extra. It's the city of Toronto charges us for uh, the removal of garbage, etc. It comes along with the hydro or the water bill, one of the two. So a little bit of extra. I mean, maybe ours is a corner plot, so it's a lot of snow removal and salting. So extra for us, maybe 30, 40. But then summer we will be paying. So nothing needed during summer, right? So that might be a nice arrangement. So 30, 40 would be good. And so this is what I've been proposing. He's, all this time ignored my request for help. So it began in 2016. So I said I'd blow his cover, which is being re-elected. His cover is being re-elected, does not perform his duties, takes an oath as a city councillor, and does not really come, live up to the expectations the public has of his time in office. And I will read to you the oath from the internet. Members of council are expected to perform their duties in office and arrange their private affairs in a manner that's not my problem. All right. Members of council should be committed to performing their functions with integrity. So, is there integrity here? All right. So I don't want to really, ruffle anybody's feathers here and ask for resignations. That's not my place, and that's not my style either. Because people who have won fair and square deserve to stay in office until the end of term. But if you think about resignations, Justin Trudeau, but he had served 3 terms in office, and um, the Liberal Party chose, afterwards, Mark Carney, the current Prime Minister, won in a fair election, but, chose to, and even here he won. I mean, the Liberal Party voted Mark Carney in as the next Prime Minister. And so he resigned from office, and then John Tory, the previous mayor, resigned, and there were elections, and I think there was nobody. Yeah, it was just the office, John Tory's office, which continued to function till the end of his term, till the beginning of the new mayor's term, and he resigned because he had an affair with a co-worker, which was not good, but that's not my problem. But if duties wise, but I began complaining to the city of council. The mayor is not an issue. Streets, I think, mayor's problem. But I don't drive these days. And to those of you who drive, I say switch to D2 gear, D2 or D4 gear, and because once I think I was driving and I went through an icy patch swarm, immediately stopped, changed to D2 gear, and the car is more able to be controlled in the slippery conditions. But snow is all right. Snow is all right. But a lot of snow also gets to you, right? I mean, it's going to be affecting driving, but walking also. So, so again, who else resigned? Richard Nixon, the president in political history. Richard Nixon resigned, but then he was way out of line. He had, installed eavesdropping equipment in the Democrats' office. So that was not good. So he resigned. Who else resigned? Who else has resigned from power? Off the bat. I'm thinking, and who else has resigned? So John Tory, Richard Nixon. Justin Trudeau, and then Justin Trudeau forced Jody Wilson-Raybould to resign, but that was because she was the Attorney General then, and she um, was um, caught up in the SNC Lavalin having um, bribed Africa and bribed its way into getting contracts, work contracts in an African country. So she was investigating it, and if you think about it, in India, you cannot function without without being, uh, you know, but how much do they make Indians there? I mean, U.S. There's a U.S. Kind of company which has bribed an Indian uh, set of people, and it's a lot of money in dollar in rupees, all these dollars. So well, so so Justin Trudeau at that time, he got a lot of criticism for it, and I defended him and criticized him a little. But then he had appointed her as the first Indigenous minister, and you know both ways, all right. So he forced her to resign, so he made her and then broke her, whatever. So she had resigned, and who else from office? Of course, the head of the prime minister, Gerald Butts, had resigned. So a few resignations, but mainly, so I'm not calling for Doug Burke's resignation here. I want him to take action. Repeated complaints being ignored is not good. As a city councillor, he's supposed to listen to the pleas of his riding, pleas of the residents of his riding, and then perform his duties accordingly. So integrity of work, integrity and efficiency at work is how people should evaluate their leaders, in holding people holding office, which helps them lead, if not beautiful, wonderful lives, at least comfortable, get to comfortable lives, which can be um, which can be made easy lives. Yeah, you would expect people to lead easy lives, right? If I'd gone I had this grand plan of going to Gardner Museum yesterday. My husband took off for a movie, and Gardner Museum is in the, oh, I keep looking, I'm getting distracted by the cars going by, and they all seem to be functioning, all on D2 gears. And all expert drivers. Yeah, watch out. I done driving. All right. So so I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Oh, that's surprising. Don't count your blessings all the time. Suddenly there might be the bad godmother who's going to, or who knows, bad princess, bad fairy, bad angel, who's going to, I could manage driving. They works on snow and etc. Or a little bit of patches. I'm scared to say ice, baby. Because I like that song, the beat of the song, Vanilla Ice song. I think that was where this all started. Ice, baby. All right, so so again, coming back to the core of the matter, I'm not asking for Councillor Burke's resignation. I'm asking that he perform his duties well, and I'm going to give this to the two newspapers in Toronto and see how they um, evaluate your time in office, because as newspaper men and newspaper women, they have the right to come and ask probing questions and see what has been preventing you from functioning well, Mr. Burks. All right, Councillor Burks. All right, Councillor Burks. So signing off, Gayatri B. Sitaram. Thank you. Have a happy new year. Enjoy and stay warm. Stay off the ice. Don't drink and drive. No, absolute no. All right. Should those shooters must be done at home. Throw parties, get them all around. Yeah. Children have to be in bed by 10. We are negotiating for you with your parents. 10, 10:30, 11. Cup of hot cocoa for the children. All right, before they go to sleep. Thank you. Signing out, Gayatri B. Sitaram.